and also a nice before bed treat. And you ain't gonna be kept up because there ain't no caffeine in this son of a gun. Credit given where credit's due and all that crap. Folks, I'm gonna be showing you some of my guitars today. I got 3 of them lined up for you guys. So, I started playing the guitar when I was like 12 years old. And since then, I ain't never bought like an expensive guitar. Like, most of them was like under $300. Cause can't really afford them expensive ones. So I always did like $200 guitars. But like some of them, I don't know what the hell happened to them. Like, I might have given one to my cousin, and then one of them I threw away because it was so beat up and like old and stuff. But then also I got some guitars from like my grandpas and great grandpas, because they all played guitar. On like the one side of my family, they was all musicians. Folks, hopefully this audio is loud enough. Cause looks like it ain't, but I guess we'll see. Should be okay. Okay, let me, choose here wisely for the first guitar. Hold on. Okay, we're gonna go with the crappiest of these 3 first. And then we'll get to the coolest one. Well, sorta. So here we go. So folks, that ain't a guitar, that's like a flute. Crap. Okay, hold on a second. I grabbed the wrong thing. So this is a bass. Okay, that ain't a guitar either. That there looks like an Easter bunny rabbit. Holy crap, and he's making the film really dark. Must be some kind of witchcraft bunny or something. Better get him out of here. Okay, I believe it. Oh yeah, this is the right one. So folks, this here is an Ibanez sound gear bass guitar. Now this is one of them guitars that comes, like in a real cheap pack. I think when you first start playing the guitar, whoa, we can't even fit it in the frame. So the reason behind this thing, the history behind it is, a few years ago, I ain't never owned a bass guitar, except for one I borrowed from my brother for a year at one time, and it was a real good guitar too. It was like a $800 bass, and that one was real good, and I got spoiled on that bass because it sounded so good and stuff. But then 2 years ago, I was I'd like a bass guitar just to have a cheap one to put some dang rhythm down if I need to on a song or something. And I was like, I'll buy something cheap. So I went to the store and they had this used, and I think it was under 200. I don't know, I think they said, I think it's one of them guitars that is like real cheap that you start off with. But I just wanted something to plunk around on and, like do some boom, 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 behind, like the songs. So this is what I got. And it sounds okay, I suppose. They got like the tiers of guitars, like $100 to $200, then the $200 to $400, or and they get better as the price goes up a lot of the time, unfortunately. For me at least, but not for Dave Mustaine, because he can get as many of them as he wants. If I was one of them big musicians, I'd be buying like a guitar maybe like once a month or something, or even maybe once a week. But then of course you gotta wonder like, holy crap, do I got enough space for them guitars? And then you realize, you're like, oh yeah, I'm living in this big mansion. And I'll stick them in the guest room that's like 6,000 square feet. If we run out of space. Or maybe we'll put them in the bowling alley, in front of the bowling ball dispenser. Man, that would be pretty cool, folks. We got, that bass ain't got too much history behind it. That was the long and short of it, like I needed just a bass to put something, just to plunk around on. And there's the only bass guitar that I got. And God rest the soul of the other bass. It ain't dead, but I ain't got it anymore, so there you go. Next up, folks, we got okay, that ain't a guitar, but that's a Nintendo game sleeve. Okay, so I think this is the one here. Hold on. This is an acoustic. That ain't an acoustic guitar, that's a Nintendo Game Boy original. And there's a DMG 01 1989 Nintendo, made in Japan. Okay, hold on. I thought it was around here somewhere. Oh yes, here it is. This thing is a beauty. That would be a pretty good thumbnail right there, I'd look like a real professional guitar aficionado with this sucker. Because this thing has actually got some history behind it, I believe. I worked there for it, so I can't be certain. Because I ain't seen it with my own two eyeballs. So, folks, this here is a D-Armand, I believe. Well, up here, it says something, but I can't see it because it's faded out. So if any of you guys know what that says, or what guitar this is, but as far as I know, it's a D-Armand acoustic electric guitar. Now, I don't know if it works. I believe I tried to plug it in years ago and it ain't did nothing to the amp. And these strings is probably older than I am. Yeah, I think so. These strings that are on the thing changed. And they're like rusted and you're liable to catch some kind of sickness from them. So what we ought to do is play them. This thing is out of tune, I believe. Folks, I'll tell you something. Them strings don't sound too bad for how old they are. But the story behind this guitar is that I believe it is my grandfather's guitar that he gave me before I started even playing guitar. He was like, hey, you ought to have something from me. You know, and then like that's when I got curious, I think, about the guitar. And so he gave me this. And I, had it in a case for a long time. And, tell you something, the action ain't too bad, like how far them strings come up. Still looks okay. So I had this, and I never played it, because I ain't never changed the strings or, messed around with it. I sort of like kept it as a heirloom or antique or something. But folks, one of these bright and sunny days, maybe I'll take this sucker to a shop or something like that and try to get it in playing shape, because this probably most I ain't eaten yet today. I had a cup of coffee, and I'm always hungry when I do that, but I do it every day. What was I saying was like, I ought to take this and get it and put into playing shape, so I could be strumming on something that's got a rich history behind it. This thing has wooed many women back in the days. A rich piece of musical history throughout time and space, passed down from generation, and it skipped one and gave it to me. And I believe, yeah, this is the best guitar I got, most likely, because it's like old, and I think was maybe expensive, but I ain't sure. So if any of you guys are like, holy crap, I know what that one is. That there's a Diormond jazz glider, and it's worth $2,000. Well, we're gonna throw the rich history right out the window and sell that son of a gun. Okay, so let me know. Okay, the next guitar, folks. Hold on. So this is another acoustic guitar. Okay, that ain't an acoustic guitar. That's The Adventures of Bayou Billy on the Nintendo. Copyright 1985. Do not store in extreme temperatures. This is a good game. We're off topic, but Bayou Billy, you're running around the swamps and taking out the alligators and bad guys and saving the damsels in distress from the evil men, I think. Okay, hold on here. I believe this is what we were after. Is this. So, this is But this thing was only like $200 on sale. Hold on. Now, this here is a Gibson AEG-8E, or not a Gibson, an Ibanez AEG-8E acoustic electric guitar with like a cherry red black color scheme. You know, if you're feeling like being a alternate dimension Johnny Cash, you strap this on your back and you start plunking around and singing about prisons. So this thing, yeah, like I said, now this one ain't got much rich history behind it, but it might have some poor history. You see, it weren't too expensive of a guitar. You know, but hey, it was like usually $300 or something, but on sale. So I got this when I said, you know, I'd like an acoustic electric guitar. Because I always wanted one of them. I think they sound real good. And there's another picture we may use as a thumbnail. So I got this puppy, and I think it sounds pretty dang good. Especially plugging it in through the amplifier and like listening to it. Try not to be too loud with this thing, because this is an ASMR video after all. So this thing, yeah, is like sort of newer, but it's gonna be probably the last guitar I buy for like years, I would say, because that ain't something I should be like focusing on financially. It's like all the guitars or anything like that, but and I like the way it sounds. It feels and sounds like a more expensive puppy, you know. And I love that the color scheme is real cool. It ain't a standard like wood color. And I think it's very like dark and brooding. Rock and roll, you know. So that's the simple story behind this, and it's still in pretty good shape physically. Reminds me of me in high school. You know, still young and the world ahead of it. So that there is the last guitar I'll be showing today, folks. Now, if you'd like me to show you some more at some point, let me know. We don't have too many more. You know, some of them are crappy ones, but like, they still got, like I got the stories behind them. So guys, thanks a lot for watching. And we're gonna be trying to be back on the saddle video-wise. I made like a small post about that in the community tab on my channel. And, well, yeah, folks, thanks a lot for watching.